Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining me today for Disciple Time on this beautiful Christmas Eve day. Today, we're going to be sharing an Advent reflection coming right out of our Advent reflection book written by one of the members of the church. And this book has been so special through Advent. Thank you so much, all the people that took time out to just engage the scriptures of each day and write a reflection. Today's is really special. But before we get to that, I want to share something about our special church, Holy Communion, because our church, a lot of people don't realize this. The church is in a strip mall, but the inside looks so beautiful that you would never suspect it. And when I first arrived at this church, I remember walking up and saying, like, oh my goodness, like, what kind of church is this going to be? It's at a strip mall. But look at how beautiful it is inside. They really put a lot of work into the inner architecture of this space, and it's just a wonderful place to worship. Not because of the space itself, while that lends to a great atmosphere, but also because the people are so welcoming and loving. And also, if you're visiting, we have open tables, so you can come on up and receive communion. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. We want you to receive that communion, to receive that spiritual healing. And so with that being said, I want to share with you some of our special Mass holiday services. And so on Christmas Eve tonight, this Tuesday, December 24th, we're going to have our Christmas Eve Mass at 5 p.m. And then Christmas Day, we will have a Mass on Wednesday the 25th at 10 a.m. We're also going to have our live stream, which is going to go at 9 a.m. So if you join us online just at 9 a.m. as normal, you can go on and you can watch the Christmas Day Mass. And then we're going to have the Solemnity of Mary Mass on Wednesday, January the 1st at noon. So we have a lot of special opportunities to worship throughout the holidays. The offices will be closed through a lot of this time, but these are some very special days we're setting aside and opening the offices to have our Mass. And with that, I'd like to share with you a very special Advent reflection that was written by one of our members, Gwynn Villegas, who is a business owner here in Bend, and he owns F45 Bend West, and this is a wonderful place to work out. In fact, I work out there. I've been working out there for over a year now, and through the period of that year, I lost 20 pounds, and then I started adding muscle mass. I'm in the best shape I've been in my life, and so, or at least since I've been in the Army, and it's just been a great, great workout place. And so I'm going to share with you something special that Gwynn, it's an offer he made later. But before I do that, I want to share with you this very awesome reflection that he wrote. So in our reading today, from 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 2 through 3, we read this. David said to Nathan the prophet, "Here I am, living in a house of cedar, while the ark of God remains in a tent." Nathan replied to the king, "Whatever you have in mind, go and do it, for the Lord is with you." And then Gwynn writes, "This first reading from Samuel resonates with me as it speaks of building God's kingdom in whatever manner we can." And I just want to say that Gwynn is one that builds the kingdom in manners that he can. I mean, he's gifted with having this gym. He works out, he creates a great atmosphere there, but then he also does a lot for the community and for our church in terms of music and ministry. He has a great voice. He plays the piano, and he's in our Tenebrae choir. Not only that, but he's also in the Master Singers group who went and played at the Vatican, and I just recently was able to attend their beautiful concert at the Tower Theater, and so this is a picture from that, and with the orchestra that they had, it was just amazing. But Gwynn goes on in his reflection to say, "We hear the prophet Nathan tell King David, 'Whatever is in your heart, go and do, for the Lord is with you.' With the Lord by our side," Gwynn writes, "we can spread God's word and goodness not only to our biological heirs, but also to others in our community. Many of us already do this through the many ministries here at Holy Communion Church." And Gwynn goes on outside of the ministries of Holy Communion Church with groups like Master Singers and the different groups he's with, and just does a wonderful job of bringing the awareness of Christ to everyday people that get to come to these things. And so thank you, Gwynn. Thank you for writing this wonderful reflection in the Advent book, and thank you for letting me share it. And with that, I want to kind of pay it forward a little bit because Gwynn has put a special promotion out there for HCC, and that is 50% off of February dues for anyone that joins with an unlimited membership from now until January 31st. And the beautiful thing about the unlimited membership is that you can choose all kinds of different times throughout the day to go work out. They have all the sections already set up for you. They have cardio days, they have strength training days, and it's just a wonderful place to work out. So consider that. It'll be a good thing for your body. It might even be a good New Year's resolution. So what's our application for the day? I think it's this: let's build the kingdom in whatever way we can. You know, we all have special gifts and abilities. We all have some way we touch the people in our lives and those around us in our community. So how has God gifted you to do that, right? How are you utilizing that platform to help, spread the love of Christ? And that's really what it's about, spreading the love of Christ in the world. Well, thank you for joining me today for Disciple Time as we've looked at the Advent Reflection highlight for today. We'll see you next week, or hopefully at the Christmas Eve or Christmas Day Mass.